Welcome into the Monday Morning Quarterback UK with your boys Ben, Dami, Kriski and Bids. How are we doing today, boys? Dami, what's been going on?
Not a lot's going on, to be honest. Just a standard weekend. Watched the England game. Did a jigsaw. Did 2 jigsaws actually.
2 is way too many.
I mean,
in one weekend.
Yeah, it's a nice wholesome weekend.
Hold on, you've been like putting offers in on houses and
you're
doing
out
all
here
this stuff,
looking at
and that's what you got to tell us.
Yeah,
the jigsaws.
This
This guy had an offer accepted.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh mate.
Yeah, but I don't want to jinx it, man, because there's so much more that needs to go into it before we can actually say the house is ours.
It doesn't mean
I don't want to jinx it.
Doesn't mean you're not looking at properties.
Yeah.
Oh mate. And you don't lead with that. I'm disappointed.
Nah, I want to keep it.
He led interested in the jigsaw.
He led with double jigsaw weekend.
Yeah, so I don't want to jinx it, but got an offer accepted. And that's literally the start of the journey, because now there's like lawyers involved, surveyors, all that kind of stuff.
It's that MMQB UK money.
I mean,
I see what you do
About that.
about that, yeah.
Spending his funds wisely.
Yeah.
But Bids, how was your weekend?
Not a lot, mate. Just one of our mates' birthday, so
Nice.
I'll make it a fool of myself.
Classic day ending in Y.
Yeah.
How many jigsaws you do? Only one?
I didn't do a single one.
It's not a weekend. Really,
Us with
is it?
jigsaws, we will start doing it. We'll be on it for the first 3 hours. Our back starts hurting, and we're like, nah.
You are 80.
Then it just sits in the corner for like 3-4 weeks.
The thing is, we know this because when we were filming at yours, the same jigsaw was there. It didn't change.
Oh, I haven't put a single piece on that Harry Potter one since.
Hasn't changed in a month and a half.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I swear you've been doing that since Christmas.
Bare hard though.
It took me 4 days to do it.
Yeah, but that's actually focused up now.
Yeah.
4 days? You got the same one?
Yeah, we had the same one. Yeah. It's long.
4 days?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
You're not a jigsaw pro, mate.
You look like one.
What does that even mean? He's out here doing multiple jigsaws, and I get called the guy who does the jigsaws as an insult. I don't even understand. I don't even know what you mean by that.
Use your imagination.
Yeah.
Kriski.
I hate it.
Nah, nothing interesting from me this weekend. I want to hear about Ben's update from the mystery trip. Tell us, mate. Where did you end up, mystery trip?
Lisbon.
Oh.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. There's a lot to do in that city, though.
A lot.
Busy,
Like,
mate.
it's not a relaxing trip. Like, there's just
Walking.
stuff going on. There's
Uphill,
walking,
bare hills.
built on 7 hills.
Yeah.
This whole city's built on 7 hills. Old city, so it's just cobbles everywhere. So it's just like we went on this tuk tour I was telling you earlier, and it lasted an hour. But you're going over cobbles all the time, so I felt genuinely after about 45 minutes. I was like, I feel like someone's picked me up and just shook me for the last 45 minutes. I was like, I just need to be somewhere where I'm not moving for a period of time, because I just felt like my whole body was still shaking. It was a lot, but it was a cool trip. We went and saw like all the sites. They booked everything for us. It was cool. It was a cool trip.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, man. Lisbon's a nice city. I think a lot of people have been there.
Yeah,
Right?
I've been there. Have you been
No,
there?
I haven't been. No.
It's already mine, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't really see Lisbon, did you?
Oh, mate, I cycled
Yeah.
a lot.
It's only like a 5-minute journey, isn't it? So it's like a 5-minute Ironman, though.
Yeah, my head was
see
very
Lisbon.
much down,
Jesus.
wishing I was dead, but yeah, no, I didn't see this.
Yo.
But yeah,
He's doing another one, I bet. When's the next one?
never again.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got another long run coming up?
Yeah, running from London to Edinburgh in the
Right.
summer.
That's just as you do.
Yeah,
Just cash.
How long is that going to take you?
12 days.
Good God.
Okay.
You still won't be done with that jigsaw.
Yeah.
Actually, you start the jigsaw when he starts. I would love to see you finish
It's
it.
definitely gonna be us.
No, just you.
Oh, cool.
No one's helping you with this jigsaw. We know he can finish a
What,
jigsaw.
No,
He
English
do
is
it by
doing-
himself.
English is doing the jigsaw.
Yeah.
That's
She's the brains of the operation.
I mean, obviously,
I
she's
do-
the brains of every
I don't
operation.
he
think
just
anyway,
picks the sides out. That's all he does.
I do what I'm told.
Corner pieces only for this guy.
No, it's corner
I've
pieces.
got 3.
It's corner pieces, and if it's got writing on, that's me. Outside of that,
faith in you at all.
outside of that, no chance.
There's no way that she gives you the kid's job.
She does the water. She does the sky. I just nah.
How much input did you have into this house? Do you just turn up on the day? Yeah, we'll do. No, this one's crap.
The
Okay.
location, because I'm from Hertfordshire, so
Yeah.
like yeah. because she has no idea about half the
That's
shit.
why the location sucks.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, to be fair, so
Cool.
we're going into the
Yeah, let's get into it. Kriski, what are we doing today?
Yeah,
Talk to the good
so
people.
today, so this week, we were, obviously with all the pro days going on, we were reminiscing a little bit around some favourite NFL, American football films. And one that stuck out this week was obviously Draft Day. And some of us love it, some of us not so much. So we thought it'd be quite fun to just dive into it a little bit, discuss why we like it, what things they may have got wrong, or slightly not correct.
You're all looking at me.
I think everyone knows who sits on which side it.
Yeah.
The worst thing is, I'm kind of sitting on the fence now.
Because
Yeah.
you actually started looking into it.
Yeah, like you can debunk it real easy, really quickly. There's a couple questionable.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, the trades are just garbage.
Yeah, I think
So that's
we went into
questionable.
a little YouTube black hole this week.
Yeah.
We got the hell out of this movie. But let's start on a positive note then. Dami, you like the film? You don't like the film?
So the first time I watched the film,
Yeah.
I actually don't know why I selected to watch it on Netflix, but I think I was just really bored. And I saw Kevin Costner.
You've watched every movie on Netflix. So
every
it's
TV series on Netflix.
so many still.
Yeah,
So you watched a lot of movies too.
Yeah, but the thing is, I saw the trailer. I saw Kevin Costner, and I was like, "Is that Chadwick Boseman?" I was like,
No, it's Kevin Costner. You just said that.
so I was like,
That joke.
I'm cooking him already.
So I was like, I'm gonna watch that. And then watching it, I was like, oh, this is what GMs go through
Kind
on
of.
draft day.
Kind of.
So I was like, this is incredible. Like, Chadwick Boseman, he played his character really well. Kevin Costner was really good. Jennifer Garner was really good. I thought overall the film was just like, it was a really enjoyable way to see how draft day works and like how like all the different pressures that a GM might go through on the day. So I enjoyed it. Of course, after talking to you and Bids and then realizing what exactly went into the film and actually whether it was realistic, it made me think, okay, so it's not the best film, but I still enjoy it.
I watched it without thinking about realism, and I
Yeah.
agree with you there. When it's I enjoyed the behind the scenes to see what actually happens on that day. Whether it's accurate or not is a different question.
Yeah.
We'll talk through some of the questionable bits, but yeah, it was just good to see like the different pieces moving and how the scouting team acts and how the person who manages the cap acts and his family members for some reason who are a big part of the film. Yeah.
You mean the one intern who's in charge of it? The guy whose first day it was.
He had a pressure job that day.
Yeah.
First day on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like for example, I'd never heard of on the clock. I had no idea what that meant.
So you know, I think I saw a draft highlight the year before, so then I kind of started. Oh, that's how I started watching it. I love American football films, so I was like with you boys. I was like, this is a completely different angle.
Yeah.
So I absolutely loved it, and I still do. I will watch it again before draft day.
For sure.
Every year.
However,
I watch it every year.
yeah, every year.
God,
If it's on either like Prime or Netflix or something, and they typically do release it just before the draft.
Yeah, it's not on right now.
But it will be.
It will be, yeah. Regrettably, it will be back.
But go on then, Ben. I feel like you're like
No,
itching. Your like leg is tapping away. Like you're sweating. You're ready to.
I have some
Debunk it.
problems
Alright.
with the movie
Start
and
with the
how
big one.
logically it's problematic. But it's run us through the trade. So there's some key moments in the film. But probably the most pivotal moment or the kind of climactic moment is when Kevin Costner makes a bunch or a series of trades on draft day, like at his time when he's on the clock. He makes like a trade before that as well, which we'll include, but it doesn't make any sense. And the way they describe it also doesn't really make any sense. But just run us through what the trade actually was.
So the first trade is between Cleveland Browns, which is Kevin Costner's Sonny's team. They have their original pick is 7th.
Yeah.
Right. They trade with the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks have got the first pick.
Yeah, Seahawks got the first overall pick. So Seahawks trade their first overall pick for Seattle's 7th overall pick.
Yeah.
Their first round pick in 2015, the next year.
Yeah.
And their first round pick in 2016.
Cool.
Is that not a fair trade?
Not for the first overall pick.
It's
no,
not,
but if we put
it's
it in
not-
Caleb Williams terms, as we said before.
So the value of the first overall pick is also something that we haven't really got into a huge amount. It really doesn't. So there's standard models that I think most NFL teams to value each position we are picking from, usually on like a point system to determine the value. But when you get down to like individual picks, it doesn't really add up because you're looking at a specific player, particularly when you get to the first overall pick, because the value is that you've hit the maximum value of that player. Like there's clearly a higher ceiling than that for certain players, right? Like the first overall pick this year is not necessarily the same value as the first overall pick last year. And in our case, right, we're talking about Caleb Williams versus Bryce Young, because we're looking at our last 2 first overall picks. Everyone would take Caleb Williams over Bryce Young. Even at the point in draft, he would have gone above Bryce Young. So it sort of doesn't really add up. But no, that isn't the insane bit. That bit itself, I can live with. The fact that they kept calling it 3 first round picks and made me so angry. Everyone beefed him for it as well. He got it from his like coach. He got it from 2 scout people, and he got it from the owner as well. He was just getting beefed by everybody because he was giving up 3 first overall picks or three first round. He was giving up 2.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. They were just, and no one seemed to understand that either.
It's like no one vetted the film after they watched it. I didn't go through and say that's technically not right, but
just add another year then. If you want to make it 3 overall picks, just say 3. They clearly just were like, yeah, 3, cool. This year, next year after that's 3, cool. Carry on. No one did any other thinking beyond that point. There were like 8 lines.
I never actually realised that.
There's like 8 lines in the movie dedicated just specifically to that
over and
point
over again,
repeatedly. And everyone sounds dumber the further into the movie you get. Particularly, one of his like main scout guys on draft day in the like war room is like, "You're giving up our whole future with these 3 picks." And it's like, still only 2. How are you not understanding this?
But I think
It took me right out of the movie.
Yeah, there's some other problematic bits just about his decision to make that trade early in the morning.
Yeah.
In that he didn't speak to like the finance team, didn't know about whether they had cap space or not.
Yeah.
He had to ask them just on the fly. Oh, we got space, don't we? Jennifer Garner, and she walks in and says, "Oh yeah, I think we got."
His girlfriend.
Yeah.
His girlfriend in the movie.
What are you implying there?
Why didn't he ask her in the morning? His spot. He's like, no. I'm gonna wait until after we've had a ridiculous argument where I'm a complete ass in the whole thing.
But
he
met the owner, and the owner specifically said, "Make a splash." He said, "Go out there and make something crazy." And that's, I feel like
that wasn't the first conversation. The first conversation, Seattle called him and offered him the trade. Then he said no.
Yeah.
Then his owner was like, "Go and make a move."
So then he went back to the table.
And made a much worse trade.
But wait. And then we need to get into like the whole ridiculousness of what he then did after that, because I want to get into other bits of this movie. But one other thing I'll just mention about the quarterback was you were saying things he didn't know.
Yeah.
He didn't know that his quarterback had a bad knee or was incredibly strong for some reason now.
Brian Drew.
Yeah, there was like a whole segment on he's been like hitting the gym and he's really strong. I think he might be able to throw far because he's hit the gym recently. Just go outside and watch him throw. What's happening here? Like, I think he might be able to throw further because he's a bit...
He can throw 15 yards further. I didn't believe it until I saw how much he benched. Was that?
Why can't you just see him throw it when he's outside? Like, there's a whole field. Like, just throw it. Like, there's lines and everything, numbers, all sorts. Like, I'm just like, who's in charge of this operation?
Hey, it's the Browns.
But he also only found that information out when he happened to be walking through the weight room. It's like, it's draft day, and you don't know anything about your quarterback, and you're about to trade to get another one. Apparently, your new one is Jack now. Just nonsense. Anyway, let's get into actually the specifics of the trade, because it gets wild. Because that bit isn't even the bit I had that much of a problem with.
Okay,
logically it was problematic, but what he then did just made no sense.
Well, the second trade.
Yeah, the bits where he just started jumping all over the place and then claimed that he knew exactly what he was doing, even though the guy who beefed him about the 3 trades was threatening to quit. He was like, just don't leave. Didn't tell him his plan, just said, please don't leave. Like, what are we doing here?
Okay,
horrific leadership. Carry on.
His second trade is good. Is pretty good for the Browns, but trash for the Jaguars, Jackson Jaguars. The Jaguars gave up the 6th overall pick, and the Jags got 3 second round picks So they got 2014, 2015, 2016 second round picks, which is pretty trash for the Jags.
Really?
That means they trade out of the first round.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is a bit weird.
Okay, so we're getting less in the realms of reality now,
But
and then he just launches himself out of there when he starts to claim the next bit was all in his plan.
Yeah, yeah, which was to trade that 6th overall pick that he just picked up for the 7th overall pick which he originally had, and then his own first 2 first-round picks for 2015 and 2016.
Wait.
Yeah, run that back one more time real slow.
Run that back.
Because I need people to understand how dumb that is.
Right, so he traded away the...
So what picks do they have right now before he's done this trade?
In the first trade, he got the first round pick. And
He got the first overall pick.
And that's all he had
Yeah, cool.
in the first round, yeah?
Yeah, and then what did he do?
Second trade, he was able to get the 6th overall pick back.
Yeah.
So he's got first and
He's
6th.
got first and sixth.
Yeah.
Cool. He's given up a bunch of second rounders. He's given up a bunch of first rounders.
Yeah.
And now he's got first and sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Now
then,
what?
and then the third one, he trades away the 6th that he just got
Acquired, yeah.
for the 7th he originally had at the start of the day,
Yeah.
and his 2 first round picks that he gave away.
Yeah. So he basically got the
First, he ends up
he
with-
got the first overall pick for sacrificing 3 second rounders. That's
and gets the 7th round pick as well. Sorry, 7th pick.
yeah.
Yeah. No. It looks
So that's genius.
No.
Sonny Weavy Jr. is a genius.
But what we're not understanding is the logic of the players he was trying to get at the time to then get to that point.
Yeah.
Because what he wanted, hold on. What he was trying to trade for was the first overall pick so he could take the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he didn't take the quarterback.
Because he was fraud. He's like Caleb Williams. He's a blowout.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Would we like to also discuss how he realised he was flawed on the day?
Yeah. That's that. We'll get into that later. That I can join on
It
that.
makes no sense.
But yeah.
So he traded up for the first overall pick to take the player that everyone wanted to not take that player.
So
And
yes.
to pick a linebacker.
To pick a line.
So he could absolutely have got his linebacker and probably maybe just traded up later in the first round and got the running back he wanted without going through all this faff.
Yes.
Definitely could have done that.
Yes.
But would they have made a movie?
Good point. This is my guy.
No, but the GM might have kept his job.
He kept his job
Yeah, he shouldn't have kept his job.
by going on.
Shouldn't have kept his job.
But
after
yeah,
that.
so he's got the first round, probably higher wage, first pick, higher wage, and then he's only sacrificed 3 second rounders. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jags general manager gets fired on the spot.
Unsurprisingly.
For sure. No, not in the film, but he should.
All facts. All facts. I don't understand how anyone keeps their job. The guy who didn't understand basic maths, the 2 other guys who didn't understand basic maths, the GM who traded away picks to take a player he could have taken at his original spot, the team that traded away basically everything for nothing in the Jags. Like, everyone's getting fired in this movie for just general incompetence. And that doesn't even take into account, like, some of the just glaring problems around, like, should we get into how how the first overall pick, who he was clearly interested in and wanted,
okay, let's take a step back.
didn't know who he was, basically.
Bo Callahan, what was your first impression of him? Did you like him? Did you think what did you
I'll let someone else talk.
Looks like a bit of a douchebag, doesn't he? That's how he just comes across.
He looked like the stereotypical quarterback.
Yeah.
Stereotypical quarterback. Exactly what you expect from a guy who's known since he was in high school that he's going to be the first overall pick. He comes across that way. So yeah, I wasn't surprised when you looked at him.
But it's just the fact that some of the things they found out, that Sonny found out about him on draft day that the scouting team should definitely have known. Like he spoke to like the security guard from his the college team. Like, no one thought to speak to anybody beforehand.
Yeah, what was the most surprising one? Was it no one came to his birthday party?
Yeah.
$100 at the end of it. And I feel like there was another 2 more things.
Oh, just when Bonte sacked him like 4
Oh
times.
yeah, and he got flustered, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like no one came to his birthday party. It was
Jokes.
ridiculous. And just shake his head.
There's so many problems.
But even with the Bo Callahan bit, there's just inconsistencies in the film. Like on the board when they first got his measurements up, they've got him down as 5'11", 220. Who trades up for 5'11"? Well, I mean, besides the Panthers,
Who are now
exactly accurate. But then it has him down as on the same sheet of paper, his draft sheet. They've got him 6'3", 218 and 6'4", 210 on the same sheet.
Wow. I have heard something about like people wear certain shoes or they for some reason their height changes between.
Not on the same sheet of paper.
Yeah, I know.
Not on the same sheet of paper.
I'm trying here, man. Allow me.
Not on the same damn sheet of paper. And on that same sheet of paper, it said he lost to two of the worst programs in history of D1 football.
Did it?
Yeah.
And you're like, these aren't red flags to you.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy's consensus number one. Everyone wants him first. He lost to what? Arizona Tech?
Yeah, one of the guys is like, oh, this is the best draft prospect we've ever seen.
Since Andrew Luck. It was 2 years before. They're like, best draft prospect since Andrew Luck. It was 2 years ago.
Do you think this could possibly just be a great film that does highlight that, like the draft day hype of players, and also how organisations like the Browns could be very, very, very poorly operational?
No, because there's basic math problems here. And that surely cannot
You're
be.
actually saying it's the movie, bro.
It's got to be. There's no way that the Browns have gone 3 first overall picks. No, it's 2. Like, there's no way they didn't know that or didn't understand that.
I think what's happened is they just haven't recruited like a GM or like front office staff to help them write the script.
But you don't need a GM to know basic math.
Yeah, but like
This is not required.
I feel like this must be some guys who like play fantasy football and they've just gone and made a script
You've got
and not seriously thought
I'm with
about it.
Dami on that. I think
Chadwick
you
Boseman
see it
in this movie.
all of the short films.
movie, man.
You can tell us in this movie.
Yeah,
You've got the basic mechanics of the draft.
I don't think it's not. I don't think it's the point of the film for it to be an actual like technical film where they get it spot on. I think it's just meant to enjoy draft day, enjoy Kevin Costner.
So
enjoy
free
Kevin
pass
Costner.
on just basic logic. Why don't they just trade 10 first overall picks for it, just to make it banner at that point? Why do you just bother? Why do you even bother?
I mean, most sports films just defy logic.
What are we talking about, man? Rudy doesn't defy logic. The kid was small, then he played. Then he played.
It's like Invincible as well.
Exactly.
Mark Wahlberg, he's small, but he played. He walked on.
Play, man. You ever seen a Steve Largent? That guy can play.
Brian Banks.
I want to get into some other bits. Running back at 7 overall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Drafting a line? You're not going to ask me why that's stupid. You're going to ask me why that's stupid.
Well, running back at
No,
7.
damn, you know Ben doesn't like running backs.
What? Who's taking a running back at 7 apart from the Falcons?
Exactly.
How'd that go?
Wasn't Jameer Gibbs at 9?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's not 7. That's 9.
What position does Marvin Harrison Jr. play?
Wide receiver.
Okay.
Cool.
No. I was just so what is the significant difference between a wide receiver and a running back?
Because running backs get hit on every single
Yeah,
play.
but you get more production out of a running back earlier on.
In their career.
Yeah.
No. So the running back, yes, you could take a running back high, but the chances of that running back being in your organisation 3 years later are incredibly low.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, because injury, because of trades, because you get another running back who you got in the 7th round, Pacheco, who is just better.
Fair.
Like, the chances of you taking a running back in the 1st round and then being your star. Jermaine Gibbs wasn't even a starter. Dave Montgomery was. Like, they took Jermaine Gibbs needing to start. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier played quite a lot.
He had a mid-season holiday. Leave him alone.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
I blame Arthur Smith for that. That's why he's currently.
But my point
defensive
is,
coordinator now.
you should be taking a running back 7th overall. That's crazy. And
That's
that's
when he's a
not...
Browns legend. His daddy played for him.
Good. Do you want to get to the next thing?
I got two. Just
Talk to me.
again, kind of maths problems. So, just based on where Sonny lives, and their office, It'll take him 2 hours to drive to work every day. Ain't no way he's driving 2 hours there and back every day.
Yeah, that's wild.
And also, the owner was at the draft in New York for the first round pick.
No, Cleveland. So
Oh yeah.
the draft is in.
No, he's in Radio City.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Draft's in New York.
He was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Nah, and he got back to the Cleveland's office where they're in their draft room for the 6th round pick. From New York to Cleveland in 50 minutes.
Time difference.
Let's
What do you mean?
let's call it a generous.
Yes.
Let's call it a generous 59 minutes.
Yeah, if everyone took it to the 9:59.
Let's take it a generous 59 minutes.
Yeah, that flight's at least 3 hours.
No, the flight is what? 2 hours.
2 hours.
The flight's 2 hours, but he had to get from the centre of New York to wherever his private jet was, which would be probably in Newark or.
I can't remember.
Well,
I think it's safe to say that does not
Maybe,
matter.
maybe he went to the top, took a helicopter to the and then got his private.
How long? 20 minutes?
Man,
He also got in a car. In that scene in the movie, he got in a car after getting an assistant to call him.
Okay, that yeah.
Got in a car
He
and then
just teleported.
This is why you know like Marvel movies. Isn't it?
Marvel.
That's not
Alright, cool. Drafting a linebacker first overall. Last time that happened was 1988.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I just wanted to drop that.
Look like Vontae, man.
Vontae Matt, mate. He had these little green slip in his pocket said Vontae no matter what.
That's from his dad as well. His dad said Vontae no matter what. So his dad died a week before the draft.
Exactly. He said pick Vontae.
You got to listen to him.
Ben.
Do you know how much dumber that makes the whole thing? As well?
You know that?
I forgot about the piece of paper that made it significantly
Do you not
dumber.
remember the scene where he throws it on the
drops it on the
table?
table.
Jennifer Garner picks it up going, yeah, I see what he meant.
You genius. Why did you tell me?
Yeah, literally, we could have avoided all of this. Yeah. He picked at 7.
You could have
got
told
around.
Captain can't do maths behind you and keep his job while he was beefing you.
If you get a chance to choose Black Panther as your linebacker,
Take him 7.
He had Superman as his QB as well, and he wanted to draft a new QB.
You know what?
Do you want to talk about how Vontae Matt runs as well?
Jokes. First of all, whoever they got to play him was so much wider than he was. He was wham. And he ran like Austin Eckler, man. He was not moving.
Trucking.
But it's so funny. You see it all the time in like sports films or when anyone's running. They're running so slow, but everyone around them has to run really slow.
No one can run well on movies. I just feel like it's not possible.
I'm sure it is, but I don't think you'll be able to actually capture them very
because
well.
they have cameras on the trailers and they can't push those people, so they can't push them that fast.
But it's just funny, acceleration at the start, and then just.
Ben?
Running in mud.
Can we now, I mean the running was nuts, but I mean that's just objectively funny, I'm not so stressed about that. But can we get into their, analysing of players, or the lack thereof in the lead up to the draft?
Yeah.
And how their intern was sick, their one intern was apparently in charge of all of the scouting and like tape collection and getting all the tapes together and looking through the tape and all that kind of stuff.
It's a busy boy.
He was sick. Yeah, so he was sick. So they had to get a new intern in who's his first day, and the guy who's like head scout just starts beefing him because of course he's the new guy, and he's like, you need to go get the tapes. We need to know what Bo's about. The first pick in the draft, when you know you want a quarterback, they're like, you need to look at some tape on this guy because we don't know anything about him.
The worst thing is they don't even need a quarterback.
But he wanted him. But he wanted him clearly. I want to trade up first.
They wanted him.
And he only realised that there was a problem with him after an incidental phone call with Chadwick Boseman, where he mentioned, "Go watch the tape." Like after he basically just told him, "You're not going to take him anymore." Why would he give you that information?
Yeah, it's safe to say all those scouts are getting fired because even the scene when they come in going, "What do you know?" and he's like, "Well, we looked at all the websites about all the girls that he slept with."
Yeah.
And I'm like, how
He's like, I'm bookmarking that.
Yeah. Like, what kind of scouts are doing that sort of work?
They had that website up for ages. That was a long scene in the movie. He kept it open and then he realised, I should probably close this. Like, there's a whole website dedicated to the girls this guy's been with as well. Red flag number one.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
This is 2014 as well.
They're like, this guy's consensus number one. No one's got any problems with it. There's some pretty big red flags about the number of losses. His ever-changing height every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And like, and the
No one
website.
went to his birthday party.
Yeah, and the website's dedicated to what he's doing in his spare time. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I just can't believe I did that. Okay. What else do you want to get into about this? Because I don't want to talk about him anymore. 'Cause it just makes me mad. What else made no sense?
The fact that they got David goddamn Putney just because he felt like it.
Pancake eating motherfucker. That is wonder. You can't say that is not the greatest line in the
He
film.
said you pancake.
Give me one more again.
In that final trade that he did, he said he said give me David. He said he asked him, who do we need? Like the GM wouldn't know what players they need. Who do we need? And then I don't even know what's Jennifer Garner's role.
I'm gonna say finance director.
Yeah, finance director. She's like, special team.
Yeah, she comes in. You've got a bunch of scouts in the room.
Someone else said, Putney. She said, give me David Putney. Just because I feel like it. And that's after he'd agreed to the trade. Like he put him on hold.
He's like, give me something else.
Yeah. Oh man.
Ridiculous. One other thing as well is Seattle didn't want a quarterback. Right? Phillips they'd have taken him first.
Yeah.
But they end up with a quarterback.
Yeah, but the fans were about to storm the training ground.
No, that was at Cleveland, no?
No,
that's Seattle.
Also,
And there was only like 15 fans.
yeah,
there.
it was scary. At the start of the Seattle thing, they were only getting a little bit of pressure on their like online forums. That was like their whole like pressure for their team. Whereas Cleveland, apparently, everyone's going nuts. It's like, well, but they were talking about this bit we were talking about the winning seasons.
Oh yeah.
About they'd had 2 winning seasons in 15 years, like. And everyone's beefing about how bad a job he is doing as the GM.
But they were also saying how good of a job his dad did, who was the coach for most of that time.
Oh.
We had 2 winning seasons. How's he a Hall of Fame coach?
Yeah, like, the legend that is your dad,
Yeah.
you're screwing this whole thing up. You went in and fired your dad. Yeah, because he can't have a winning season.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
And why does Brian Drew think he's so good as well? Again, like, you no winning seasons. He was a QB for 8 years.
And he trashes his office as well.
And then you end up keeping him.
Maybe he won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And then,
That's enough.
yeah, that could be enough.
Alright, Dami.
Would we also like to comment on the fact that when he's talking to the weight, like his
Strength
and conditioning coach, he calls Andre Bell their star wide receiver.
Yeah, it's all for the film.
I know who my star wide receivers are. Like, I'm supposed to be the GM, although maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
It sounds like he does.
I think there's a lot of operational issues in the Browns.
You imagine
people
you-
don't really know what's going on.
You imagine he was actually the Steelers GM this whole time. This would make way more sense. If he was the Steelers GM, all of this would actually make a lot more sense. Like him wandering through the locker room, completely confused about who the players were and what their skill level was. And like, this guy just suddenly can throw it way further. Cool. Like, that's not.
He might have
information
changed
I
his
would
diet. He might have got his act together. You
know.
never
Why don't you go
know.
outside and throw it and take?
You know what bit I love as well is that Sonny's mom's just like chilling around the facility all through the film.
Yeah,
Just
just
like-
relaxing.
just
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, absolutely
And
horrendous.
then just carrying the ashes around at some point and they go out to the just halfway through the film. It's
Yeah, and just dash on the practice field.
yeah.
Yeah.
Other weird things. Did we see the signs of the fans? So you were talking about, I think, the Seattle fans. One just said boo. Just B-O-O.
Was it meant to be Bo? And it was
Just
just
said
Boo.
boo. Just
Boo.
Just solid stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, Roger Goodell walked out to loads of applause. Everyone
Yeah,
hates him.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't going to get that level of applause.
Yeah.
Nonsensical.
One agreement for him to be in the film, I think.
Yeah. Imagine if he agreed to be on the film and they booed him.
They just film the normal content of the draft day.
Oh man.
Do we have anything else we want to hit on? Because I actually don't mind watching the movie, but it does.
You've tried to kill this film.
I'm sorry.
I won't let you.
I actually, I still.
You like it more now.
I'm still gonna watch
I
it.
like it more now,
Yeah.
but I still enjoy the film.
100%.
I enjoy the film.
Yes, I've looked at it in very more, like a bit more of a magnifying glass, but 100% still love it.
It's just it's the thing that like if the trades made sense, then it wouldn't be a very good film or entertaining film. It'd just be draft day. Just like watching the actual.
It's just what we all want to happen during the draft process. We all want some craziness to happen.
Don't set him up again.
Like,
but you could do that just by showing like a bunch of like realistic trades, but just lots of them and lots of like panic and this guy's calling us. Like you could film that I reckon quite well. I mean, it wouldn't be easy, but you could do a lot of like, but this team wants this. Oh no, these are the things we said we wanted, and you could add a bit of drama to it by like you finding out some news about a player that maybe a story because the whole thing about them finding out a bunch of like really key information about him on the day is really stupid. But what about if a story comes out while you're at the draft about him doing something really dodgy or something unprofessional or something like that? That could shift your opinion. And that
I think that's more of a documentary about the inner works of draft day, and that's like more of a all or nothing sort of Netflix documentary right there. Whereas this just needs to be far-fetched nonsense to make it brilliant.
That's exactly
a
what
media story coming out about a player at the draft would be pretty mental. That does not happen in the draft.
You can't make a film just leading up to that bit.
I haven't written the whole script. I was just giving.
I want to hear your script. I'm not gonna lie.
To write a script. That's draft day. That makes a lot more
Ben the
sense.
screenwriter. Yeah.
Well.
Oh god.
Let's talk about the draft. What do we need?
Christ.
It's a great quote.
He said, "What do we need?"
That's the. But there's also a bit. I think it's the owner says it to Sonny as well. He's like, "Let's talk about the draft. What do we need?" And that's like a few hours before the draft. The owner's like, "What is it that we're after?"
To be fair, I can imagine some owners being that just oblivious and just
Yeah.
Yeah, but this owner's invested though. Like, as soon as he found out Bo Callahan had, they wanted to draft him. Like, he got a shirt
somehow
with his name on it immediately.
Oh yeah.
phone calls ended. Sure.
That's basically how it happened. Like, within like 4 hours, his kid was holding a shirt with their team and Callahan's name on it. Like within like 4 hours.
Yeah.
I know he's powerful and rich.
So what a waste of money that is as well. Like that shirt's worthless. As soon as that Fonte's been picked, it's just like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Always worthless.
But after Fonte was picked, he was so invested he teleported. He was so invested he teleported to the facility to go and yell at him and fire him. And didn't divulge what he was doing then either.
Yeah, your boss turns up. Hang on a second,
It
mate.
makes no sense
I'm
to
gonna
not tell
stop
your
stuff.
scouting team what you're planning on doing. Like that's the most the craziest thing.
It just had a
Least
really loose improvisational feel to it, like it was a draft, but just him. Like it's all him. And he's just in these conversations where he's just beefing people, and then he has those like clapbacks with the guy from Seattle where he recites all the things he said to him back to him.
Yeah. Entertainment.
I like that bit.
Yeah.
He just goes believe it. It was my pancake eater.
Yeah.
Pancake eating motherfucker.
Dumb, man. I don't know. Alright,
hilarious.
cool. Alright, cool. Is there anything else to say about this movie? I know I've flew It's watchable. It's watchable.
Let it go.
It's not watchable.
I'm still watching it every single year, man. I'm still got to watch it one more time before draft day.
I'm afraid to tell you what other movies are like now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rip every movie apart because it's not logical. This one's meant to be about like the draft and how it all looks and the background and all this kind of stuff, and the whole thing is just doesn't work. Like the fact that one intern is in charge of all of their tapes and stuff, and he's the brand new guy. Like most teams would have a team of people, like loads of interns, loads of people in charge of that, like 20, 30, 40, 50 people. I don't know. It just didn't really make a lot of sense. But it adds drama because they've got this new kid who they can yell at a bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, he would get cussed out the whole day.
He's definitely quit.
Oh, for sure.
One day, yeah.
For sure. HR would have to get involved because
there was a HR.
broke his laptop. Also, when Sonny got angry and threw his laptop, he said, "Oh, I have my whole life on it." So they didn't even give you a laptop. You brought your own laptop in to work, and then he dashes it out a wall.
I forgot he did that.
Okay, I bet we stop.
Yeah. So we're going into black hole there.
This is
Like,
getting worse.
absolute rabbit holes.
In short, watch the movie. You'll see. I mean, no one's going to watch it seriously.
And
now,
also,
are
there's so many random big actors in it. Why is Terry Crews in this film?
Terry Crews
That's
is in
the
everything.
Cleveland Brown legend.
He's in everything.
Terry Crews is in it.
Played for my dad's team.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, man.
I like Terry Crews being in everything.
Oh,
It just makes me feel comfortable.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, Terry Crews is in it. Now I know that it's a funny movie.
Oh.
All I think of is White Chicks. Like when is the movie
You don't
White
think of
Chicks.
Longest Yard? Cheeseburger ready?
We can get into
Yeah.
that. But whenever I see Terry Crews movie, all I think of is that is him in White Chicks.
Yeah.
When he's just dancing around.
As
When
he
he's
goes?
dancing, when
As
he
he-
does a little dance around with his shirt off. That's what I think of him. Like he's just not a serious actor in this movie.
Alright, I've got a great way to end it.
All right, cool. Talk to us.
What do we think it's rated on IMDb?
12.
Out of 10. Like,
Oh, I was doing Rotten Tomatoes.
oh, Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it decimals?
Yeah, it's like
4.5.
Out of 10.
Saying 4.5.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
3.8.
Oh my god, boys! Seriously, really don't like this film.
No, I like it, but
7.1.
I reckon loads of people.
Who's closest?
Put it
Like
down.
6.5.
I was high then.
6.8.
That's not bad.
That's not
Sorry.
bad.
It's not good.
What is it on Rotten Tomatoes?
60%.
60.
That's how you thought as well, isn't it?
People like Kevin Costner.
Hey,
Man.
Kevin Costner's a fan
Yeah,
favourite.
Kevin Costner, Jennifer Garner, Terry Crews.
Doesn't make it make sense.
Yeah.
What about that?
Doesn't make it. Terry Crews being
Chadwick
in it doesn't-
Boseman.
Terry Crews being in the movie does not make it make sense. White Chicks did not make sense.
It makes it 10% better. On
It
Rotten
said
Tomatoes,
it-
apparently.
It didn't say it didn't make it better. It just doesn't make it make sense. Cool. Anything else?
Oh, no, I just want some pancakes now.
Whenever you annoy me, I'm just going to bring a sign that just says boo now. Boo. Not even like 3 O's, just 2 O's. Lazy sign creation. It's lazy. I blame you.
Why?
Because you like the movie. Alright, cool. Anything else?
No.
Sweet. Go watch Draft Day, and we'll catch you in the next one.